All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to day two of the blogging workshop. And as I promised, let's start with your questions first. So, one by one, you guys can raise your hands and I'll let you guys ask your questions. And then we will get into day two of the workshop. Okay. So, yeah, go ahead with your questions first. Yes, Purnima.
हाँ जी मैम। मैम मेरा क्वेश्चन था, जैसे हम यूएस लोकेशन के लिए कौन सा वीपीएन यूज करेंगे अगर कीवर्ड्स हमने किए हैं जो हमको रिजल्ट्स फाइंड करने हो तो वीपीएन कौन सा यूज करते हैं?
See, जो आप VPN, the VPN that you're talking about, I don't really this is a very technical question, and when I asked my web host, my web designer, that I want to focus my blog in the US and I want to get more traffic from US. So this is a technical thing. I don't know exactly what he did, okay, but what I do know is that he shifted my website's base from India to USA. That is a technical thing that he did. It requires some kind of coding. So I did not do it myself. Like I said, I have a web developer who helps me with this thing. So I am not sure about the VPN, but yes, the question that you asked is uh, you will have to take care of this question with your web developer, because this is a technical thing that this is a technical thing that happens. Other than that, like we did this very recently, say 6 months ago, probably around September or October, May, we shifted the base of my blog, the geographical base of my blog from India to USA. All right. So, in that manner, yes, the traffic has increased and that has definitely helped me. But before that as well, there was a significant amount of traffic that was coming on my website from US, UK, Canada. So, for that, all I take care of is keyword research. Like I showed you yesterday, just you know plan your keywords according to the search volume in that particular country. And because you are targeting a particular country, so what happens is, when you are doing your keyword research based on the countries, it will show up in your home country as well, but because your research is based on the other country, it shows much better in the other country. For example, I'll tell you, uh, remember I told you about Google Discover yesterday. So
Yes मैम।
before shifting the geographical base of my blog to USA in August, my blog shot up. Remember, I told you that I got 6,000 impressions and 1,000 page views. That was from India. Okay, but after that, after I shifted the geographical base of my blog, so most of my blogs have started showing up in Google Discover, but in uh, USA. And I'll show you today how do I know that. Priya, you'll get to know that today when we will talk about the analytics and the tools. I will show you how you get to know which blog is ranking, which blog is up in Google Discover. I'll tell you all of that today. Okay. So, Purnima, did you get your answer?
यस मैम। और मेरा मैम एक क्वेश्चन था, जैसे हमने कल कीवर्ड रिसर्च के लिए कर रहे थे,
Yes.
आपने जो कीवर्ड बिगिनर्स, ठीक है, हम अगर इसको गूगल्स में डालें तो
Huh.
उसमें हमको रिजल्ट्स मिलेंगे 1 लाख तक। ओके, तो
Yes.
हम अगर इस पे बनाएंगे आर्टिकल तो ऑलरेडी रिजल्ट्स इतने मिल रहे हैं, तो हमारा आर्टिकल कैसे रैंक होगा?
उसके लिए you have to follow SEO on your blog, that I will show you today. When जैसे, like I told you that I will take you to my website and I will show you what are the things that you have to do so that your blog ranks on Google. See, Google SEO, there are two things that you should be mindful of when you're creating your content on Google. Number one is that you should be following SEO optimization. Second thing is, जैसे जैसे your website gets older, it becomes easier for Google to understand, okay, she is writing in this particular niche, she is an authentic creator in this niche, and she has an idea of what she's talking about. So it's important that the older your website gets, the easier it becomes for your website to rank. Like I told you, my very first blog ranked after 1.5 years. I posted that blog in August 2020, and it ranked around September 9 September 2021 में it ranked. Okay, तो पूरा एक साल it took my blog to rank. Why? Because I was not working on my website. But after that one blog happened, it took my other blogs as well along with it, and that was the reason that today my blogs, they even rank in 4 days, 2 days, 1 month, or sometimes 3 to 4 months. Okay, so SEO optimization is the only way for you to rank your blogs on Google. And don't think about there are 1 lakh results on Google. See, the thing is, irrespective of ye to chalo, we were talking about gardening tips for beginners, but irrespective of whatever keyword you use, obviously there would be lakhs and lakhs of results on Google, because there are so many content creators or bloggers or businesses out there that are talking about the same topic as you will talk about, right? But not all of them are ranking on the first page, right? As a blogger, your duty or your goal is to rank on the first page, to get on that, to get in that first three results. Because whenever we are as normal people, when we search for Google, when we search on Google, we don't go beyond probably the second page, right? Most of our questions are easily answered in the first, second, or the third article that ranks on Google in the first page. So the answer to your question is SEO optimization that you will learn today. Okay, next question.
ओके मैम, बस मैम यही थे 2 क्वेश्चंस।
Okay, okay. Yes, Ashi.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi.
Actually, I wanted to ask that do we have to frequently rewrite our blog, like edit our blog to rank? Do we have to do it frequently, or how many times, or how long should we how long after we should re-edit, and what's the criteria to re-edit? That's
That's
my
that's a point. That's a point called content update. You will get your answers to that today in today's session. Okay. Next
okay, ma'am.
question.
Yeah, that was for me till now.
Okay. Okay. Yes, Poonam.
Yes, Shweta. My
Hi.
question is related. Hi, my question is related to pricing.
Hmm.
Okay. See, as a blogger, if I provide my service that I set up a blog
Hmm.
and I also write,
Hmm.
then what should I keep charges for setting up a blog, and what should I consider in setting up? Like, what are the basic pages that I have to consider? And further, after blog setup is done with the about us, contact us, disclaimer pages, okay, that is what I understand. The three pages are there.
Hmm.
And after that, if clients wants me to work consistently on their blog, then what should be the charges for per blog post?
See, charges is a very subjective matter. Why? I'll tell you. Because in India, when you begin, like for example, when I worked with my very first Indian client back in 2018, I was given 150 rupees per blog. Okay,
Okay.
I started from that low. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, in 2021, when I got my very first client and I was working in the Singapore market, I had my first
Mm-hmm.
startup there. I was paid I was paid uh, 240 Singapore dollars, sorry, US dollars,
Okay.
240
Okay.
US dollars for one blog, which was amount
Mm-hmm.
uh, 240 for, sorry, not for one blog, it was for four blogs, so I was paid
Okay.
$60 per blog. Yeah,
Okay.
I was
Okay.
paid $60 per blog in that time. Okay,
Okay.
so that was dependent upon obviously two things: Singapore market, like what are the charges that the client will agree to, and second, what are the market rates. Okay, now as a
Mm-hmm.
beginner, see, today I don't care about the market rates, because I have the
Mm-hmm.
skill, I have the results. I know that if I am quoting a higher price, I know that I can bring my
Mm-hmm.
results. But as a beginner, you
Mm-hmm.
don't have that confidence. So market
Mm-hmm.
pricing is something that unfortunately you have to consider as a beginner. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because the client will directly say that, a, you are a beginner, two, you're not, you might, come across as an unconfident person, so they would say that there is another person who is doing it at a very less price than you, why should I hire you, right? They can put
Mm-hmm.
forward this question. So pricing is
Mm-hmm.
very subjective. For example, when I started my official content writing journey in 2021, like I said, I started with $60 per blog, right? But the last
Mhm.
project that I did last year in March, I charged $800 for one blog there.
Mhm.
So you cannot,
Okay.
you cannot compare your pricing with that of others here. That is
Mhm.
one thing that you need to understand. And as far as the setup and all of these things are concerned, so
Mhm.
when it comes to the setup, so see, yahan pe you are combining two of your services. You are combining web designing and you are combining
Mhm.
writing as well. All right, so it would
Yes.
obviously be a much higher package, right? And you have to
Mhm.
uh, see, यहाँ पे it's not necessary that the client will ask the blogs for you from you. Why? I'll tell you. Because when you are
Mhm.
setting up the pages for them, for example, when I went out to my web developer and I told him that I want a
Mhm.
website, I did not ask him to write anything from me. I wrote my
Mhm.
homepage, like all the written work on my website is me till date. He is only
Mhm.
managing the technical part of it because that is something that I don't want as a headache on myself, right? Because
Mhm.
I know that I'm not an expert in that area and that will only kill my time, right? So, but
Mhm.
when you come in, say you are providing web designing plus your content writing as a service, so wahan pe
Mhm.
you will be responsible for web designing first. So agar your client, if they don't like web designing, they will not move ahead with writing as well. So first of all,
Mhm.
your first step as a service provider here is to give your best as a branding expert, where you are giving them where you are providing them the entire website thing. But I'll tell you, see, for bloggers though, theek hai, we are the people who love to write, so we give them content. But mostly when you do this for businesses or startups, they like
Mhm.
to hand over the entire thing to one person, right?
Mhm.
One person who does branding, be who can do copywriting as well and everything, right? That
Mhm.
is how agencies are
Mhm.
flourishing today. So
Mhm.
यहाँ पे it's your job that you first probably show them that this is the level of your writing, this is what you can
Mhm.
do for them, right? Now to
Mhm.
do that, again, it comes like a whole circle. Either you can, for this is goes for everyone, guys. If you want to if you want to try your hands as a freelancer as well, in the beginning try to give one blog, or try to do one project for free. Because see,
Mhm.
how that will help you is you will have a testimonial with you, like a client testimonial,
Mhm.
plus you will have an
Mhm.
experience. If it goes good, it's well and good, but if it does not go good, at least you will know what are your lacking points and where you can improve yourself. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, Shweta, one more thing. See, I have been working on my blog since 2020. Okay, I have started
Okay.
blogging journey from November 2020. So
Okay.
I have worked as I have not provided my freelancing service since then.
Hmm.
I used to work on my blog, learn and all of stuff I have done in last 2 3 years. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
and
Hmm.
so I know all the setup part. Okay,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
I have been writing also from since last 2 3 years, and I have
Okay.
learned copywriting also.
Hmm.
So now I regularly write on LinkedIn, Medium, all
Hmm.
this stuff. Now
Hmm.
what I want is I need to grow as a freelancer so that I
Okay.
can earn from this. Okay, so initially, see, I have local person doctors who want me to set up their website. I have started setting up their website,
Hmm.
but to me main challenge is what price I should tell them, because I have no experience on this part, that they want me to set up also, and they want me to write also, because they knew since last 2 3 years I have been in writing field. Okay, so they want me to set up, do all these things, but I am confused about that what should I charge. It is a wellness thing. Okay, website is for wellness. He is a doctor, so it's related to their products and their services. Okay, so I am confused that what should I quote them, and what should I proceed further with pricing.
Okay, so I'll tell you what my web developer charges at the moment. Okay,
Okay.
his services begins at 12,000 rupees, like the
Okay.
entire setup. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I don't know whether he includes copywriting in this or not, but given the market standards and everything, the base pricing is 12,000 rupees for him in the present world. okay, in the present times. Like I
Okay.
told you guys that when I reached out to him, he charged 7,000 rupees, but today it has
Okay.
increased, obviously, because after COVID the market has changed, and obviously the economy is ever changing, evolving. So he charges
Yes.
12,000 rupees, so maybe you can consider
Yes.
that. Yeah, maybe you
So
can
in 12,000, see, one more thing, in 12,000, what I have to consider only setup part and to providing them about us, contact us, and this basic pages that should be there in website, right?
That is what he does, but see, again, this is an advice I will give to all of you from my personal experience. Don't don't ever compare your rates or charges with that of others. Whether you feel you're charging more, whether you feel you're charging less, your journey is your own. Okay, the
Mhm.
moment you start comparing your prices with that of, oh, he's earning more, oh, she's earning lesser than me, then it becomes irrelevant. Because this is your journey, you have to
Okay.
understand that the people that you meet sometimes, see, I have had writing clients for whom even 5,000 is a big deal. They're like, oh, you just have to write. This is the mentality that I have come forward. But then I've also had clients who paid me $800, literally around 70 to 80,000 for one single blog in the US
Mhm.
market, and they were very happy to pay me, right?
Okay.
So it is, see, I can like 12,000 I gave you a base pricing, but usme bhi,
Mhm.
this is your skill about creating an offer that actually entices your prospects, right? That makes
Okay.
them want to
Mhm.
buy it. So this is a skill that
Okay.
you have to master. And I will not tell you that take this course or take that course. No, the only way to
Mhm.
do it is to actually go out there, talk to clients, and really get your hands dirty in the game, like I always say.
Mm-hmm. And around, if I say that, okay, as a starter beginner, I may quote them lesser price. But
Hmm.
if I have to go further and I have to write post articles also for them, then what should be the approximate I should start with at least? I have no idea about all these things.
See, depends again. Why, I'll tell you. I see, when I got my first client, I started with $100. Like, I quoted them
Mhm.
$100. They were a
Okay.
startup as well. I quoted them
Mm-hmm.
$100, but we negotiated and we closed the deal at $60 per blog.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you see the
Okay.
difference. So you just
Mm-hmm.
have to start somewhere, Poonam, because
Mm-hmm.
the more the more you feel like, oh, it's less, oh, it's more, the more it
Okay.
will get complicated for you, and you will probably just delay the entire process for yourself. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I would just say that as and when you get your first client, just start it, quote them a rate, and if they say yes to it, well and good. If they don't, well, then negotiate, and then just give, then just get started with it.
Okay. Yeah.
As
Yeah.
simple
Yeah.
as
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that.
Thank
Okay,
you so much, Shweta.
you're welcome. Okay, guys, next question. If your questions are about SEO, analytics, or anything like this, please wait for today, because your questions will be answered. Okay, other than that, if you have any questions related to what we discussed yesterday, then go ahead and ask it. Okay.
Okay, hi Shweta.
Hi.
Uh, so my first question is, see, writing about two sub niches in our blog.
Hmm.
So does that affect some way, somewhere on ranking or in any other way? Because I have, somewhere I have read that money is in the micro niche. So, for example, if I want to, make a blog on parenting, and I want to also cover on gentle parenting, as well as I want to also write about the baby food recipes. So,
You can
like,
do that because these are tangent topics. See, when you are talking about parenting, usme there are so many, tangent
yeah.
topics that come in. Obviously, there's no end to it. So, like I told yesterday, and yes, see, they are right. Money is in the micro niches, but I'll tell you why that happens. When you focus on a micro niche, that is solely for the purpose of earning money, because micro niches have lesser competition, you rank easily, you get more traffic, and you earn easily. When I say easily, probably it's like, for a blog like me that is more on a lifestyle front, for me probably it will take one more year, like, to reach where I want to, like, okay. But for micro niches, that would be lesser. Why? Because they are just focusing on traffic ads, traffic ads, traffic ads. On the other hand, in my blogging workshop, I am teaching you how to build a personal brand as a blogger. That is why it makes a difference. Okay, so for your case, when you're talking about parenting, you can very much include gentle parenting. You can include dealing with your toddlers, or like you said, baby food, baby recipes, jitne bhi tangent topics hote hain, you can definitely go ahead and do it. But in the beginning, only focus on, like I said, 2 3 topics. As your blog grows, then you can include more sub niches and more topics. Why? Because then you would have already created like a reader base for yourself. You would already have readers by then, and because people will start relating with you, they will probably actually love coming to your website on their own, right? So you can do that, definitely. And rahi baat micro niches ki, so again, that is like the shortcut way. Okay, and you can take that, I mean, if you want, but I have never seen my blog as, like I always say, get rich quick wala, because I want to, like, when people see my website, I want them to relate it to me. I want to be known for it. That is what my vision is, right? So that this is where the difference lies. Yeah.
uh, Also, see, yesterday you took the example of gardening.
Hmm.
So I have a question related to that. See, nowadays people, like most of the people like to watch the videos on gardening, because there are so many YouTubers in regional languages as well. So they can easily see as gardening as a subject. They can see, learn from YouTube videos. So is it a good idea to start a blog on gardening, because is it still relevant as such? Because
See, I'll tell you one thing, that I took gardening as an example because it was easier to explain everything. Now, for example, let's say you actually love gardening and you already have a YouTube channel around it. Okay,
Mhm.
let's take this example. So, wahan pe what you can do is, when you are giving gardening tips for beginners wala blog, when you're working on it, you can actually embed your YouTube video in your blog. Okay,
Okay.
there's an option to do that. Okay,
Okay.
when you go to YouTube, when you click on the share button, there's an option called embed video. So when you
Okay.
click on that code and you copy paste it in your video, like I'll show you right now in my WordPress dashboard. I'll show you. So when you do that, your video appears there. So as a content creator willing to build a personal brand around these things, you can definitely use your video content and give your readers an option. For example, people who don't prefer reading, they can prefer watching the video itself, but because they'll watch it from from your website, it gives you two things: you get views on your YouTube and you get traffic on your website.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So for I'm also interested. I'm still so yet to decide on what I want to write about. So
Yeah,
so see, because I'm personally, even I like to like gardening. So I was so confused. So I thought, do we need to really be do the gardening personally? Because as such we don't get photos. See, I live in an apartment, so gardening is next to impossible. So so how can we because the visual aspect of the blog will be missing, or I would like to say the personal touch that I want to include in that. I have to search for the photos or the visual part from the internet again.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
See, for this, the only solution is that probably you can visit your nearby parks, or you can create a balcony garden for yourself. See, because like I said, your blogging niche should be your passion. If it is not your passion, you will get tired and you will give up very easily. That is the first thing I have always said when it comes to choosing your blogging niche. So this is why I write about self improvement, because, and I write about topics like hair or skin, because I like talking about these things, and I am very comfortable in being in front of the camera, or clicking pictures around these things. And I was not always like this. Okay, it has taken me that, all that kind of time to really get out of my comfort zone and to really be the person that I am today. Obviously, I know that on social media I come across as this very confident person who can speak easily, who's growing her blog and doing this and that. But eventually I was, we all start like however we are. I come from a very humble, normal, middle class family as well. So for me also it was very difficult to get in front of the camera and click pictures and post them on my blog and this and that. But with time I have learned to get out of my comfort zone. So if you choose a gardening blog, and if you are genuinely passionate about it, you will find ways to make it work. On the other hand, if you choose parenting, you will find ways to make it work as well,
Yeah.
right? That is why I always say it has to be your passion, your niche.
Um, yeah, and one more is like yesterday we were discussing about the keyword, the volume, right? So, is there any a particular range that we have to consider while we are choosing the keywords?
Yes, I mentioned it yesterday. Like absolute beginning में, stick to 1,000 to 5,000 words. Search
Okay,
volume में.
I
You'll get the presentation and you have everything that I taught you yesterday. You have everything written there, so you can just go through that as well for written purposes.
okay. Sorry, I think I missed it.
No
Uh,
problem.
and okay, how do I as a writer can understand the tonality of for example, if I want to work for another
Other
client.
brand.
Yeah, yeah, so how, as a writer, how can I understand the tonality and how
Um, See, most of the big brands, they have their style guides. What are style guides? They have this document where they have mentioned like what are the tone they're using. For example, if they're funny, sarcastic, straightforward, friendly, non-friendly, smart, they have that tone written for themselves. So if you're working for an established brand, they would do that for you. But let's say if you are working for a startup and they do not have all of these things set up, then it is your duty, it is your responsibility as a service provider to sit with them, get on calls with them, and to bring out that vision and presentation that they want for their brand. Like, there is a website designer, obviously he will do all the visual work, but as a writer it is your responsibility that your writing should complement the vision and not really it should align with the vision and not really go in another direction. So how do you do that? Like I said, for established companies, they have their style guides that they share with the writers. For a beginner, for a startup, let's say you're working with an entrepreneur or something like that, or if for that matter, if you're working with a coach, right? If you're working with a coach as well, so wahan pe you have to sit with the person, talk to them, understand them. And it's very simple. Like, what I do is, in copywriting we have this thing, it's called use the phrases that your prospects is using. Like, while you're on call with them, okay, while you are on call with them, just pay attention to the phrases that they're using again and again, to the words that they're using again and again. These are the words that reflect their personality, these are the phrases that are a part of their personality. Use them in your content, and then when you submit it for their feedback, obviously they'll give you some kind of feedback, so then you will at least have an understanding of what they expect from you as a writer or as a copywriter or as a personal branding, whatever it is that you try to venture in as a freelancer.
okay,
Okay.
okay. um uh, just let me just have a look. I have written few questions, so I'm just
Yeah.
checking, did I miss out on something or not. um Okay, I last one question. I is
Yeah.
yoga, writing on yoga as a subject. Do we need to have any particular like
Yes.
qualifications?
Yes, like if it's specifically a blog based only around yoga, then
Okay.
I would suggest that if you do not have like a educational qualification or any kind of experience or certification, don't do it. If you have any expertise or any certification, go ahead and do it. Okay, for example, my blog, I am planning to write a few blogs on yoga, but I am doing that, like, my blog is not entirely on yoga, right? My, like, I would probably do one or two blogs, but I will also do that because I practice yoga in my daily life, right? So that is why, like, as because mine is like a holistic, lifestyle kind of blog. So to complement that, I'm planning to, include that aspect, but I will not focus heavily on that, because again, I do not have any medical, or or like a certification or anything like that in yoga. So if you want, because yoga as a field is also like very vast, topic to talk about. Given that we are from India, we know that our traditions and culture, there's so much to explore in that particular field as well, right? So if you are going for a yoga blog, then I would suggest that it's better. Why? Because I'll tell you one thing, Google AdSense will not accept your blog. It will reject it if you do not have any certification, especially if you're talking about any health and wellness topic. It's important. Okay, because I have been through the rejection, that is why I'm telling you guys. Yes, Apurva.
Ma'am, yeah. So as Yamini mentioned, like,
Mhm.
okay, so I this question just arised.
Yeah.
So if I suppose I don't have any prior certification or knowledge, but I am practicing yoga and I want to write about it because, like from a personal point of view. But what if, like, from the person, from the master I am learning, he's a certified yoga teacher.
Hmm.
If I get like what do you call, like, you mentioned that person like verified, or this vlog has
Ah, you
been,
can have digital badges on your website.
okay, so
You
we
can
can
have
like,
digital badges on your website, but again, see, it might work for yoga, because then you are just giving, free advice wahan pe. But
okay,
always have disclaimers below every post, that please consult a like a professional or a medical advisor before you take this advice. You have to give that disclaimer, especially
okay,
when you're giving any kind of health or wellness advice on your blog. Okay.
okay, yeah, cool, cool.
Okay. Yes, Yamini, are you done with your questions? Okay. Anybody else? Shall we begin then?
Yes,
Mira has
I
questions.
have a question.
Yes, please.
Uh, just like Yamini asked about the niche,
Hmm.
she asked if we should focus on micro niche and then, but her question was regarding gentle parenting and then baby food recipes. So it all fell down under one category of parenting.
Yes.
But like your website, there is the wellness niche, and then you say that you talk about self care and skincare and stuff. So, um, what I had heard is that when you first beginning a blog, you should focus on one niche to build authority, and
Hmm.
then you can expand on other niches, sub niches.
Yes.
So, for how long should we focus on that one particular niche to rank on
Um,
Google and build an authority?
See, I'll tell you, when I started writing around self improvement, my main first, see, for any blogger, the first goal is to get approved by AdSense, because that is where your monetization, your real earning begins. Okay. So, um, until and unless you begin to get a minimum, I'm saying a minimum of 2000 page views per month, stick to one particular niche. Like, that is what I would say. Okay, stick to one particular niche, and at least until the time you start getting 2000 page views per month. Okay, because initially, uh, I can I can say, I can say this from my personal experience, that all of you guys will not start a blog as your full time work, right? All of us begin it as a side thing, because we have our, obviously, because we have bills to pay and we have finances to handle, right? So all of us begin it as a side project, and by the time it earns enough to replace the main income, you will be the only one working on it, right? So at least until your blog gets 2000 page views per month, stick to one particular topic, because it will become easier for you to get that kind of traffic. Okay. And also, today we'll talk about Pinterest, where I'll show you how you can get that kind of traffic. While SEO takes its own sweet time to work for your blog, you can start promoting your blogs on Pinterest, and you can start driving your traffic from there as well. Okay, we'll talk about that today. All right, Munira?
Yes, yes, thank you so much. Also, I wanted to ask, yesterday you mentioned about headline score. So,
Yes.
how does it make a difference? Like, why does it matter to have a score above 70?
See, above 70, when it says green, it says that people are more likely to click on this. That is what it means by above 70 score. It includes the psychological aspect of the reader. That is why it is necessary to get that 70 plus score on co-schedule. But now I don't use it anymore. I don't use co-schedule anymore. I have my inbuilt WordPress pay title analysis that I'll show you today. So I stick to that because yeah, if it gives me all green, that means it's good for SEO. Now that is from a technical aspect, but yeah, I do that. And as far as experimenting with the headlines is concerned, well, I'm a professional writer. I've been doing this for 3 years, so I have found my ways around to include words and phrases that I know will bring more clicks to my website. Because by now I have around 40 to 45 of my blogs that are ranking on Google. So I know which of my blogs bring more traffic from SEO. Now, how does that traffic come? It's simple. People click on your blogs because they read those headlines. And if a headline is enticing enough for a reader to click on my blog, then that makes that headline a win-win. This is why in our writing team, when we work, we have 5 simple headline formulas that we follow. And those formulas are I did not find them from anywhere. Uh, I created those formulas based on my blogs past experiences, which headline is bringing me traffic even today. That is a great headline because people are relating to it, they're clicking more on it. That is why it is important to have a score on your headlines. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, so now let's should we begin with the day 2? Are we ready, girls? Okay, we are. All right. So first of all, I will take you to my WordPress dashboard. Like I said yesterday, and then we will start with our day 2. Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen? All right, see, this is one of the last blogs that I posted on my website. Okay, now you see here SEO score 84 by 100. Now we aim on like every blog, I aim for a green score because that means that the SEO of my website is good enough for it to rank on Google. Okay, now this is my blog, this is a format that I follow, and here is everything. Okay, now how do I know if how do I get this score basically? So see, this is how it works. This is the plugin's name. It's called Rank Math SEO. Okay. Now when you have this plugin, you enter your keyword here. Okay, and then here comes your SEO. See, this is your basic SEO checklist. Don't worry, you will get the checklist from me as well. But I wanted to share this with you. So see, you are using the focused keyword in the SEO title. Your focused keyword should come in the SEO title. Okay, it's very important. Next, you are using it inside the SEO meta description. What is your meta description? This is your meta description here. Okay, your meta description is very important because this is what the people see when they come on Google, and when your blog start ranking, this is what people read. Okay, and because people read it, this is the reason why they click on the blog. Because obviously Google search page, when your website appears, these are the only two things that are visible to them. One is the title, and second is the meta description. So these two things are very important from emotional and psychological perspective for your readers to actually click on the blog. Okay, and next it says focused URL is inside the focused keyword is inside the URL. See, it is very important here. As you can see, this is the URL of this blog. Okay, so it is very important that you use your main focused keyword within your URL as well. Okay, Next we have, it appears in the first 10% of the content. So first 10% of the content is when your blog begins. As you can see yahan pe, this is the beginning part of my blog. Okay, this is the beginning part of my blog. So as you can see, I have my keyword here. Here is my keyword, right? So it is important that your keyword appears in the first 10% of your content. So first 10%, consider it as first 2 3 lines of your blog, okay, in the beginning. Now it might not always be possible, but just try to make it work that way. Now focused keyword found in the content. In the content is basically complete content. Okay, now content is 1571 words long. Good job, this is the length of the blog. So like I always say, at our blog we try to have a word length of plus 1500 for every single blog. Okay, because that is good for SEO. Okay, now you can see additional. Now these are some additional aspects of SEO. Keyword found in the subheading, keyword found in image alt attributes. So what is image alt attributes? This means image alternative attributes. So this is my image here. Okay, it is a featured image. So what does the alt attribute means? Alt attribute means alternative attribute. Alt is for alternative. Okay, so yeah, it's taking some time in loading. So yeah, we have it here in the caption. We write it here in the caption because this is where the alt attributes come in. It's taking some time to load, but see, here is the text. For another blog, it says alt text. This is important because it adds to the SEO. See, here is it for this one. Books for communication skills. The keyword as it is, nothing nothing fancy or nothing wordy. Why? Okay, because these are alternative things. These are the things that are not visible in front of your readers. Okay, next, keyword density is 0.57 and the combination appears 9 times. So what does this means is, see, it has an orange click here, if you can see. So this means that the keyword density is low. Okay, if it would have been green, then that would mean ki the keyword density, I am abiding by it. But most of the times, because we are focusing on long tail keywords as a beginner blogger, this will remain like this. Because just imagine, right, you are writing a 1500 word content, you're writing a 1500 word blog. How long can you use a 3 to 4 word phrase again and again? It makes it repetitive and it makes it boring for your reader. So while you have to take care of SEO, while you have to take care of the technical aspect of your blog, do not forget the human part of a blog, which is to make it reading, to give a good reading experience to your readers. Okay, that is why it is important. Next, URL is 59 characters long. So, like I said, the URL should be short enough. Then great, you're linking to external resources. External resources is basically linking to some other website from your blog. Okay, you're linking to other resources on your website, which is great. This is internal linking, where you link to other blogs on your website, because it creates a web of link, and it is a very crucial factor in SEO, that every blog that you write, you should link to other blogs or other things on your website, for that matter. You haven't used this focused keyword before, so on my blog I always try that I go for a new keyword every time. So when we say new keyword for my own blog, not for anyone else's. For example, we have other blogs around books on my blog. Okay, we have self improvement books, we have like books in your 20s, and great books to read, must read books. We have all these different keywords, but books for communication skills, we have not used this keyword before. And you must also know that book for communication skills, books for communication skill, these two account for two different keywords. They're not the same keywords. Just the difference of an S, or the difference of a hash, like a margin, it creates a new keyword. So you have to be aware of these things. Next, use content AI to optimize this post. Now content AI is a paid product, I don't use it. That is why it's red, and it doesn't really make a difference. As you can see, my SEO is still way up 80, and that is what I always aim for. So you don't need to really invest in a paid product here. Next, we come to the title readability. So like I said, if I get all my greens here, my title is good enough. So I try to follow all this. um, Focus keyword at the beginning of title, positive or negative statement containing one power word and a number. These are some things that that add to the SEO for your title. So I just try to abide by these things. Ever since co-schedule just took the free version and they converted it into like the limit of 10, 10 times you can only use the co-schedule analyzer. So I stopped using it altogether, and I just stick to this title readability factor. Okay, now content readability. You seem to be using a table of contents plugin to break down your text. Now, this is a plugin which is already there on my blog, so that's why it is red. Sorry, it's green. And now you are using short paragraphs. Short paragraphs is something that is your skill as a writer, and if you want to learn it, you're most welcome to join my free mentorship. And second, your content contains images and videos. So because it's a short blog, I have not added or included many images in this one. That's why it says yellow. However, if I have probably included one or two images, it would have been green, and my score would have easily gone above 86 or 87 for that matter. Like right now, it's 84 by 100. Okay. So this is how SEO works. Okay, now guys, one more thing. When you are creating your blog, do not copy the format that I follow on my blog. Okay, that's illegal. When I say illegal, I mean it really illegal in the terms of content creation. Do not copy my format. This is something that I tell everyone. It's important because once a blog starts ranking, or it starts establishing, there are a lot more people try to copy from them. Get inspired. I have also created my blog after taking inspiration from several blogs out there, but don't copy anybody. As a content creator, as a blogger, as out there in the digital world, this is one thing you should be. This should be a work ethic. Okay, like we all copy. It's obviously there's nothing new to to reinvent. There's nothing that you can actually invent in terms of content creation. All the information is out there. It's just your perspective, your personal experiences that create a difference. Okay, so when you are creating your blog, get inspired by anybody and everybody as you want, but don't copy. Okay, so now that we are done with the SEO checklist and everything, let's move on to day 2. Okay, let me just start it. All right, can you see my screen? Okay, welcome back to day 2, and today we are going to talk about the two most important part of blogging, which is how to grow your blog. That is how to bring more traffic to your blog, and second and the most important, how to earn from your blog. Okay, so let's just go through these two steps one by one. And again, if you guys have any questions, you can ask those questions after the session is done. Okay, let's get on. All right, everyone. So let's set up the systems to grow your blog. Now this is one mistake that I did, and this is why probably my blog did not grow until 2023, because up until uh, September 2021, I had not had these tools on my blogs. I did not knew about them. It was until I hired an SEO expert to do this for me when I got to know that these tools are important. Okay, so here are the five most important tools or methods that will help you to grow your blog. Number one, Google Search Console. Then we have Google Analytics. Then we have an SEO analysis tool. Then we have setting up your Pinterest account, very very important. And then we have updating your blogs. Okay, so let's get into the first one. See, the first thing is to set up your Google Search Console. So when you go to Google and you type, so let's say your website is all ready and done, and you are about to post your first blog. Before you even post your blogs, make sure that you have these systems, these tools in place, and all of them are free. Okay, Google does not charge anything for these ones. So Google Search Console, this is how it appears when you go to Google and search for it. So domain is basically your website, so you enter your website here and you click on continue. And then it's a simple method, it's a simple process, simple like entering your information and everything, and it gets connected. Okay, otherwise if it gets too technical for you, there are a lot of YouTube videos out there which gives you detailed tutorial on these things. That is why I have not included the tutorials for these things in the workshop, because they're easily available for free on YouTube. Okay, now why Google Search Console is important. Google Search Console, as the word, as the name suggests, Google Search. So every single click that you get on your website from Google Search shows up in Google Search Console. That is why it is important that when your blogs start ranking, you will get to know how many clicks that one blog has generated for you. And how do you get to know? So Google Search Console tells you about the impressions and click your website is getting every day from Google Search. Okay, see here it says 10.5, these are the total clicks, and 255k are the total impressions. So remember how I told you that my website has received around 670k impressions? This is where I get to know it from. Okay, next you see this graph here. So the blue graph shows the clicks that your website gets, and the purple graph shows the impressions. Now what is the difference between impressions and clicks? So somebody came to Google and they searched for a term, and your blog shows up. That is your blog getting impressions. But if that person clicks on your blog and actually goes to your website, that is your blog getting clicks. Okay, this is the difference. Now how do you know which website, which blog has started getting traffic? So you see here pages, countries, this is how you know. So yahan pe, as you can see, this one your the URL of the blog that starts getting traffic, it will start mentioning here. Okay, and you will get to know the clicks here and the impressions here. Okay, now if you go to this keyword, this countries, then you will get to know from which country that traffic is coming for your website. Remember how I always say that, oh, my website is getting traffic from US or UK? This is where I get to know it from. And I also get to know that this particular blog is showing up in UK or USA, and this one is getting more traffic in India. For example, like I told you guys yesterday about the seasonal content, most of my Diwali content brought in a lot of traffic, and most of it was from India. I got to know it from here. Some of it was from USA as well, but I also got to know that from here. Okay, this is why it is very important for you to set up a Google Search Console account for your blog even before you start publishing. Next comes Google Analytics. Now, the second step is to set up Google Analytics for your blog. See, when you start talking about your blog, for example, in my case, On everyone on my Instagram, LinkedIn knows that okay, she's building her blog. So obviously people are curious, and some of my traffic comes now, they even, my traffic even comes from Instagram, or it comes from LinkedIn, and obviously I'm promoting my blogs on Pinterest as well. So what is the difference between analytics and search console? Google search console only tracks your traffic from Google, like the ones that you're getting from ranking on Google. Google Analytics track your all over traffic, like whether you're getting traffic from LinkedIn, Pinterest, social media. If you have shared a blog on WhatsApp and your traffic is coming from WhatsApp, it tracks all of that. Okay, that is the difference between search console and analytics. Again, the setup is not very difficult, you can set it up quickly. See, it says create an account, property creation, business details, objectives, data collection. You have to fill all these information, and then you have to create your account. Now, Google Analytics tells you about all the clicks your website is getting every day. It shows the details of all the traffic you are getting collectively from organic practices, that is SEO, and through other blog promotion channels like your social media and guest post. What are guest posts? Guest post means that you wrote, for example, in my team, we have 8 people, okay, as of now. And I promised everyone that every single person, because I started with 32 people and it was a free mentorship. Well, people, they just went away, some of them left in between and everything. So I promised all of my writers that every single person who sticks by, who stick by the end of this program, they will get a guest post on my blog. What does a guest post mean? These guys have worked very hard and they have written a lot for my blog, and you know they are getting a lot of, like, they have invested a lot of time and energy in my blog. So this is my way of giving them back that one blog that starts ranking by the third month. For example, today, all of these 8 guys, girls, like, yes, all of these 8 girls, one is guy, all of them have at least one blog that has started ranking on Google. So I, as a blogger or as a mentor, I will be mentioning their details in that blog as a proper author. Like, they get author credits for that one blog that has started ranking. How that helps them? If they want to go as a freelancer, it helps them. They can show that we wrote this blog and it's already ranking for her. Second, they get a guest post for their website as well, if they plan to have a blog in the future. That is what guest posting is. You don't get paid for it. Guest posting may, you don't get paid for it. It is called guest posting because you come in as a guest for someone else's website or blog. You don't get paid for it, and you write a blog for them, and in return you get one link to your website, your social media profile, whatever it is that you would like to link to. That is why, if my blog, for example, today, some of my blogs get traffic from a few of guest postings that I did in the initial days of my career. So analytics may, I get to know that okay, my website is still getting traffic from that very first blog that I did for a website. Okay, just a moment, guys. Mahi, इन्हें भगा गया. Okay, this is how Google Analytics help you, and this is why it is important. Now, SEO analysis tool. Well, we talked about Uber Suggest yesterday. That is an SEO analysis tool. It's not just for keyword research. It gives you an entire report, a site audit on everything that is required for you to update your blog. From the best practices you need to take to what's wrong and should not be repeated, they tell you every single thing about your blog. It helps you to bring international traffic. Why? Because again, you can do keyword research on that, and that impacts your AdSense earning. I'll tell you why. What you get from your AdSense earning, like the cost per click in India is very, very low as compared to the cost per click in USA. Okay, that is why, like, obviously if your blog gets millions and millions of traffic, it doesn't really matter whether you're getting the traffic from India or USA, because millions of millions traffic easily converts into thousands and thousands of dollars. It does, it easily converts into that. And once you start making money, you don't really care whether the traffic comes from India or USA, because, well, the main part is getting fulfilled, you're making money, you're earning from AdSense. But initially, when you begin with your blog, I try to focus my blog on the international side of it. Why? Because it gives me a boost of confidence that okay, my blog is getting traffic from USA, and I am getting a higher CPC, cost per click. Why? Because that's how AdSense work. Because of the difference of economy in an Asian country and an American country, the USA gives higher CPC as compared to India. Okay. Now, some of the most popular SEO tools are SEMrush, Ahrefs, Moz, Ubersuggest. I use Ubersuggest paid version, as you guys already know. Now, see, this is how the dashboard works. So you can see here top SEO opportunities. What does this mean? So this means that your blog has the potential to rank for these keywords. That is how it helps you. And Ashi, sorry, you just asked me how frequently should you update your content. So I try to take my advice from my SEO analysis tool, that if they say here that you have a higher potential to rank for this particular keyword, and then I would just go and update that blog, because these opportunities will not show up until your blog is already there, out there, it is posted. Okay, it will only show up once your blog is posted and it's out there in Google, in the digital domain. It will show you the opportunities, the chances that you have for that particular blog to rank on Google. And when you click on here, it says like options pay. When you click on options, it also takes you to the exact blog that they're talking about. Okay. Then here we have other things like dashboard, rank tracking, SEO opportunities. Rank tracking is basically if you want to check someone else's blog, like where they're ranking. Okay. My workspace, this is new, it's just like a blank whiteboard where you can make notes or do all of those things. Chrome extension, then we all know that Ubersuggest has a Chrome extension, so you can download that from here. Then here comes site audit. Site audit is basically you get an entire report of your website, both on page and off page SEO. Okay. Next, keyword research, I showed you yesterday. Traffic estimation, again, this is for you to check other websites traffic. Okay, like how much traffic they are getting, this is for that. Backlinks, to see how many backlinks that you're getting. What are backlinks? Backlinks are basically links that you get from other websites. Okay. For example, remember I told you that I have done 4 brand collaborations and everything. So let me just show you. This is this is a mobile stand. Okay. And I got it in a brand collaboration. Okay. They reached out to me, they collaborated with me, and now if you would go to one of my blogs, I don't remember the name exactly, I guess it's my workspace essential blogs. If you would go to it, you would find a link to this website. So my blog linking to this product's website is a backlink for that company. Okay, this is what a backlink means, right? This is what it means to have a backlink, right? And they are important. Why? Because well, they add to the SEO perspective. How? See, you are an authority creator in your niche, but when other blogs start backlinking to your blog, it gives Google a signal that, oh, so many other websites are backlinking to it. This means that she would be an authority, or this website is an authority in their field. That is why it adds to the SEO impact. All right, and that is why it is important. However, I have never reached out to anybody saying, could you link back to my blog? I don't do that, because while it is a very important factor, I've never focused on it, and I would be very honest. Why? Because content is the primary game for any blog. If your website starts ranking on Google, people will inevitably start giving you backlinks. Like if you're talking about some great content, you will find websites that link back to your topic when you're talking about it. So the primary goal for any blogger, for any website, is to create good, authentic, real content, and to rank on the first page of Google for whatever niche that they are targeting. Okay. See, this is what a site audit looks like. So it gives you an on-page score, it gives you organic keyword, and it gives you monthly traffic that it gets and the backlinks. Okay, this is how it works. And like for my website, as of now, in the organic keywords, I have around 5,000. In the organic traffic, my website receives around 2 to 3,000 traffic from Google, and the rest of it comes from my social media as of now. And backlinks, I don't really track because that is not something that I'm paying attention to. Okay, now see, this is how keyword research works. Like I showed you guys yesterday itself, this is how the keyword research works. Again, I showed you how this works yesterday. Now let's talk about Pinterest. So, okay, first of all, when you start a blog, like I have seen so many successful bloggers who started their blog and they were nowhere on any other social media but Pinterest. Now why so? Because Pinterest is a platform that is made for bloggers. Why? You see this image right here, this image that you see, 14 habits for a stress free week. So when you click on this image, I'll take you to my Pinterest account and I'll show you how it works. So when you click on this image right here, it will actually open up and it will give you an option to click on your website directly. And you do that with every single post on Pinterest. That is why it is very strategically designed specifically for bloggers like you and me who probably are not comfortable going in front of the camera. Okay, this is why it is important that you include Pinterest in your strategy, because like I said, it's the third largest search engine in the world after Google and Bing. Do you really understand what does that means? That there is nine, like I don't know, there are probably 10 million users Pinterest have. Okay, let me just search for the total number of Pinterest users in the world today. 445 million monthly active users. That is your potential traffic number. When you promote your blogs on Pinterest, you are exposing your work, your website, to a potential traffic of 445 million monthly active users. Do you even realize what that means? So that is why I always say that always consider Pinterest in your blog marketing strategy, because that's like free traffic. It is like, it doesn't take anything from you. Just like you use your Instagram, your LinkedIn, or any other social media, start using Pinterest and start driving traffic from there. I do that every single day. There does not pass a day when I do not open and post on my Pinterest account, because I know that it's working from me. I know that in the long run, it is a gold mine of traffic for bloggers. Okay. Now, again, setting up your Pinterest account is as simple as any other social media platform. You can get very easily full tutorials and step by step tutorials on YouTube. So I will not take your time to show you that thing. But what we will do is, just like Google, Pinterest has its keyword research as well. Okay, so what we will do now, we will go to Canva first. We will create a pin together for gardening, and then we will post the pin together. Okay, like I will do a rough thing on my blog itself, or actually I have a blog on gardening on my website as well. It's around mental health. So let's do it. Okay, let's post a pin together on Pinterest so that you understand how it works. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me just open the tabs. Okay, let's first learn about Pinterest keyword research. Okay, can you guys see my Pinterest account? Yeah, can you guys see my Pinterest account now? Yes, you can. Okay. So see, this is what a Pinterest homepage looks like now, because my Pinterest account is around these kind of topics. Therefore, it is giving me more ideas around these topics. Okay, as you can see. Now this is how Pinterest works. Is, for example, what okay, this one opens. Okay, I'm stepping into the most successful decade of my life. So how Pinterest works is, you clicked on a pin. Okay, now as you can see, when you click on it here, this is how it brings traffic to your website. When I click on this, it opens the website exactly like this. Now this is me giving traffic to this website because I'm using it, because I'm on it, I am looking at the content and everything. This is how Pinterest gives traffic to your website. Okay, this is very simple, and this is how Pinterest works. Okay, now let's learn keyword research from Google. So since we are we'll be, oh, it stopped. Since we'll be talking about, we're talking about the gardening blog, so we'll stick to that for the keyword research on Pinterest as well. Okay, so this is your search tab. You would go here and you will start typing here gardening. Okay, so all the words that come up here: gardening aesthetic, gardening for beginners, gardening ideas, gardening tips, gardening outfit, gardening tools, all the terms that comes with this search symbol, these are your keywords on Pinterest. Okay, these are your keywords for the gardening blog. Okay, now let's say we want to go deeper into our keyword research, so then I would probably type, see, and now here are more keywords: gardening tips and tricks, tips for beginners flowers, ideas for beginners vegetables, tips and tricks for beginners. Okay, these are all your keyword. So because we are a new blog, we will be focusing on this longer keyword for our first pin. Why? Works the same, right? And it's like, the longer keyword you focus on, the better it starts to show up your and also, let me tell you, just like any other platform, the growth on Pinterest is not overnight. For example, last year I posted consistently every single day on Pinterest, and the highest monthly views that my Pinterest account got was 700K in September. Okay, 700K in September, and after that it declined, and as of now my account gets 60K monthly views. See here, it's increasing because it went a lot down during the holiday season, Christmas, as you guys know. Because most of the Pinterest users are women, the holiday season will take a toll on your blog if you're promoting it on Pinterest, so just be ready for that. Okay, when summer came, my Pinterest views dropped down. It was summer, people are out, nobody's sitting on their phone, and especially in the US, people are out there for holidays, nobody's sitting on their phone and scrolling Pinterest. So that literally clearly showed up on my blog when my blog's traffic went down from Pinterest side. Same thing happened during the Christmas holidays. People are enjoying their holidays, they're not on their phones, so the traffic dropped on my blog, and so does the monthly views. However, these monthly views are vanity metrics. What are vanity metrics? They are just numbers, just like likes, comments, or shares are vanity metrics or Instagram and LinkedIn. So vanity metrics are basically the numbers that don't make you money directly. So for Pinterest, monthly views are vanity metrics. Why? Because what we are looking for is outbound clicks on Pinterest, which is analytics overview. Okay, it's taking time to load. Okay, see, this is the metrics. This is the only thing that matters for you on Pinterest: outbound clicks. Why? Because outbound clicks are the number of traffic or the number of clicks that goes to your website. Other than that, engagement, impressions, save, total audience, engaged audience, these are just vanity metrics that stay within Pinterest. But we are promoting on Pinterest. Why? Because your you want to bring traffic to your website. Okay, so it is a great platform for beginners like you and me. Why? Because when we start working on the blog, SEO takes time. Given that you will be working on your blog alone, you will be doing all of the things on your blog all alone. Pinterest is a great platform to see that boost in the initial days, because SEO will take time, and by the time Pinterest will serve as a platform that will start bringing steadily, very slowly, traffic to your website. And the impressions and the monthly views are important. Why? Because these impressions, they give you a number. Okay, for example, see mine, it goes around 10%. Like if I'm getting 60K views, my blog will have around 550 to 600 ka outbound click rate. Like the maximum that I got from my the maximum, like I said, 700K in September. So at that time I was getting easily, my website traffic was easily plus 1,000 from here, outbound traffic. Okay, so that is why Pinterest is important. Now let's go. See, paid, again, Pinterest has a paid platform too. You can run ads. I don't really care about this. Business, again, I don't care about this. Ads, I don't care about this. Insights, no, I don't care about this, because these are again related to your ads. The only thing that you will take care of is this analytics. Okay, so now let's go to Canva. Okay, let's go to Canva and create a pin together for your gardening blog. This is what Canva looks like. Okay, now you would go and click on create a design. So here you can see they already have a Pinterest template ready for you. So you will click here and it will open like this. An untitled design will open for you. Okay, it's downloading. Okay, so now we have a blank page in front of us. Now this is your zone as a creative person. You can do anything that you want. So here in the design sections we have a lot of templates that you can simply take and copy paste. Okay, and just change. See here, with the crown it's paid and the free ones are without the crown. Okay, so you can just use any template from here. Okay, so for my blog, like the one I want to create, let's go with this one. Okay, this is what I do. This is how I create my pins. I don't do anything fancy. I just use the templates that are already there. Sometimes if I feel like, then I have my niece who helps me with the pins, and because she's into this art and all of those things, so she comes in and helps me with the pins and create some really like visually appealing ones. So she helps me in that department. But yeah, otherwise I take it very simple. Okay, now as you can see here, this image, it says remove watermark. So what does this means is this is a paid image. So what we will go do is we will go to the photos folder here. Now here you have stock images. Okay, you don't have to download it from anywhere. All you have to do is enter your keyword and you have these images. Okay, again, free, paid, both. So let's go for this one. I have entered my image here. Okay, now I will write my title, which is, okay, this is my title. Now, what I would do is I am going to replace all these things that are here because, I don't want to lengthen this whole thing, but you can definitely play around. Like again, like Canva is completely your zone and your creativity, like however you would like to play with it and whatever it is that you'd like to do with it, you can have fun here with the creativity. So that's it, my pin is ready, and here it says more tips at realllygreatsite.com. So you can simply say more tips. Like for this one I would go more tips at, and then I would just copy my website's link, and then I will paste it here. Okay, and that's it, our blog is ready. Now another thing that you need to take care of is while you are naming your blog, make sure that you only focus on the keyword. So for example, this one, my keyword is benefits of gardening, so I'm only going to focus on this. Why? Because when this image is saved in your computer or in your laptop, and when you upload it on Pinterest, this name as well, remember, just like how we did alternative text in our SEO for Google, similarly this naming your image with your keyword adds to the Pinterest SEO. Okay, so now you have two options. You can either download it, or download it and save it and then post it on Pinterest, or you can just click here on Pinterest. Okay, see, here it is. Okay, so see, again, choosing a board and creating a new account, this is a paid thing here on Canva. So, well, what we are going to do is we are going to then download. Here, you scroll down, you download it, and always save it in PNG. Okay, remember this, that always save it in PNG. Now, we'll let it download. Okay, so now it's downloaded, and now I will go to my Pinterest account. So here I have it. Okay, I have here is that pin image, and now how I will title it or how I will use it is I will enter the title here. Now, just like we do on Google, similarly, you should focus on entering the keyword of your blog, of your image in the beginning. So, as you can see, I tried my best to have it in the beginning. Okay, benefits of gardening. Okay, now what we do next is we add a link. So, here is my website. I've already searched for this blog. Here it is. Now I would just go, I would copy the link address, and then I will paste it here. Okay. Similarly, I will, because I know that the description I have on my blog is similar and it's relevant. So I will just copy paste it here. Then I will choose a board. So, here, like, since we're talking about mental health, I will save it to self care. Now, if you want to schedule it, see here, if you want to schedule it, you can schedule it for later, or if you want to publish it right now, we will publish it right now. Okay. Now, here are a few tags that when you type your keyword, you can find your tags easily here. If it's not there, it will not appear. Okay. So, since this is the only relevant tag, I will add this, and we are done. And now we will publish it. That's it. Your pin is published, and this is how it looks like once it's published. Okay, here. You see, that's how it works. This is all that you have to do for Pinterest. Okay, got it, everyone? This is the only thing that I do for my Pinterest account. It's simple, it's easy, it doesn't require a lot of thought. All you have to do all you have to do is just whenever you're posting one blog, just create 3 pins for it and start publishing it on Pinterest simultaneously. And make sure you can create new pins. Okay, obviously there's no length to the creativity that you can have or that you can explore on Canva with your pins. So yes, go ahead, be creative, write what you want, and tweak your headlines. Also remember, it's not important that like I here copy pasted the same headline because I wanted to show you how we do the process. But it's not important that every single time when you create a pin you will only use the same headline. You can experiment with the headlines as well. For example, for this blog, 10 important benefits of gardening for your mental health, I could have written something like uh, g- um, 10 10 amazing benefits of gardening for your mental health. 10 ways how gardening improves your mental health. How does gardening improves your mental health? These are all the different ways in which you can experiment with your headlines. Again, comes down to your creativity as a writer. Okay? Now let's go back to the workshop. Okay, so I hope you would have understood Pinterest SEO by now. And yes, this is the simple process I follow for my Pinterest account. Nothing fancy, nothing technical, no other tools needed, just pure Pinterest account. That's it. Okay, now we come to updating your blogs. Okay, so this is how you update your blogs. So the first step is you go to search console. Okay, see, you go to search console, you click on the performance on the right side. Like when you go to search console, see here you click on performance, and there you have this queries section. So these top queries, so this is for Neil Patel's website. Okay, that I did and found and kept for you guys. So see, this, like, his website ranks for the keyword like SEO and this and that. Okay, these are the terms that his website ranks for. These are the clicks he receives, here are the impressions he receives. Similarly, for your website, as you get to as you get to receive even those few 10, 20 impressions in the beginning, all of it will start showing up here. And I'm telling you again, for the first 2 3 months, don't be impatient and don't think that, oh, my website is not receiving clicks. SEO takes time. Google SEO takes time. Don't ever compare your blogging journey with that of a 5 figure earner. As a blogger, they have a team of 200 people who are working every single day, every single moment. They have people writing for them, posting for them. They have literally people doing every single thing for them. Okay. And they have reached there once, because just like you and me, they also started by working alone on their blog. So don't ever compare your journey, and don't give up just because you feel like, oh, it's taking longer. Of course, I mean, if it's not, if you're not really that sincere about it, you will give up. I am sure about it. But if you are really sincere and passionate to make it work, you will make it work as well. Okay. So this is how you get to know the clicks and the impressions. So what you have to do is, once you get to know which of your blogs have started showing up in Google, next what you do is select the keywords with higher impressions and clicks. How do you select the keywords? यहाँ पे these top queries that you see, guys, these are your keywords. So what happens is, let's say your blogs start showing up, but it shows up for a different keyword. Okay. It shows up for a different keyword. For example, this blog that we just talked about, benefits of gardening, like benefits of gardening, my blog ranked, this particular blog, it ranks for a lot many other tangent keywords, like gardening for mental health. Again, different keyword, right? Gardening for mental health is a different keyword, benefits of gardening is a different keyword. So it ranks for these these aligned keywords sometimes. So when this blog first came up on Google, and I understood that I focused it around mental health, but it's ranking for benefits of gardening, I went back and I updated it in such a way that the keyword that it started ranking for, it gets pushed for that particular keyword only. There's nothing wrong in it. Okay. At the end, what is your goal as a blogger? That your blog should rank on the first page of Google. So there's nothing wrong if you would go back and change the keyword. I've done it several times for my blogs. Okay. Next, here's okay. Yeah, select the keywords with higher impressions and clicks. So, search the keyword on Google and find your blog's position. So see, once you get the keyword here, what you have to do is search for that particular keyword on Google. Okay. And if also check the countries. If the blog is ranking on the same country that you are in, for example in India, for all of us, if it's ranking in India, you'll just get to know. But if it is ranking in some other country, then you will see it in pages, that whether it's on first page or second page or third page, where it is. And based on that, you can update your content, because the best content is there on the first three results of Google. And as a blogger or a writer, your aim should be to be there. Okay. So you do that. How do you update your content? Here are a few things that you do. Double check the inbound links. You have to check that the links in your blogs are not broken. What are broken links? That, for example, you added the link for something, but it does not take to that website now. Like the link does not exist now. Sometimes that can happen. So you have to check for your inbound links. Outbound links. Outbound links is basically the links for the other website. Inbound links are basically the links for your own website. You have to check these things. Then you have to check the alternative text of images. Check whether the spellings are right or not. Check if you have to change the keyword, whether you have changed the keyword in the old text or not. Check for any other grammar or spelling errors. Add more content towards the end of the blog. See, when your blog start ranking, don't touch the first half of the blog, because the first half of the blog is mainly responsible for the SEO part. Don't touch it. Only add more content if needed. Add more content towards the end of the blog, so that it increases the length, it adds to the SEO. Okay. Answer the people also ask questions in your blog. Remember how I told you that when you search for Google, Google gives you options, and it shows keywords. And also the people also ask for questions. Add those questions as it is in your blogs and answer them if they are grammatically correct. Now, ऐसा नहीं करना that just for the sake of adding those questions you forget your grammar and writing and everything. No, if the question makes sense, add it to the blog and answer that. For more ideas, use your favorite SEO analysis tool. Once, like I said, SEO opportunities that we talked about, take a look at that. Then proofread the entire blog again and polish the sentence structure. So when we talk about sentence structure, basically writing shorter sentences, tying back the meaning of every sentence that you write to the title of the blog. This is something that we all focus on when we write blogs, okay, or update the blogs, or in my writing team as well. Now, again, you don't always have to reinvent the wheel. Just try to improve what you already have. Before you start a blog, make sure you have a content bank of at least 10 to 15 blogs ready with you. I'll tell you why. Because posting 10 to 15 blogs initially, once you have that on in Google out there, it will give you time to work on the next 10 blogs, and you will not have to be worried about posting your next content. Obviously, if you do it consistently, like say posting one blog a week, that will add to it. Okay, so what I would suggest you do if you wish to start your own blog is have around 3 months of content ready with you. When we say 3 months, from the frequency of one blog a week, we are saying 12 blogs. So have 12 blogs ready with you, okay, before you open your blog. Now, because you have 12 blogs ready with you, start posting one blog a month. Don't stop your content creation process. While you continuously post those 12 blogs one by one every single week, continue working on your other blogs. This way you will not lag behind, you will not break the consistency of posting on your blog. Okay, I did not do that, but this is something that you can do. Obviously, because I started in 2020 and this and that, there are a lot of other reasons. But this is something that I like. If I were to start my blog today from scratch, this is what I would do. I would have at least 12 to 15 blogs ready. I would post them one blog every day. Sorry, every week, one blog a week in the initial days, and then I will continue writing more blogs so that I'm never falling short of content. Okay, now let's talk about earning from your blog, the last point. Okay, investing in a blog is a lifelong task of passion and purpose. So I always say do it only if you're serious, otherwise you will give up easily, and very earlier than you realize. So while there are endless ways of earning through a blog or your website in the long run, the most important one is agencies and individuals ads pay. So Google AdSense is an agency. There are some other big agencies that collaborate with bloggers, and just like AdSense, there is Ezoic, there's Mediavine, there are a lot many others, but all of them have very high criteria. For example, Mediavine is like the goal for every blogger, but here's the twist: they require 50,000 organic. When I say organic, I mean 50,000 traffic from Google. So analytics don't count there. They require 50,000 Google traffic on your blog if you apply to them. And the catch is, all of those 50,000, 75% of your traffic should be from USA, because that is an agency based in USA and they only cater to the American audience. They only collaborate with American brands. So that's why it is very important. However, there's rarely an Indian blog that has been accepted to Mediavine till date. I have not come across any yet. Uh, Other than that, there are many other agencies. Okay, but in the beginning, keep your focus on AdSense. Don't wander too much. That is what I would say. Then we have affiliate marketing. Like they all say that you can promote a blog and get a coupon code, and you get a percentage of the sale that you make on your blog. That is affiliate marketing. Sponsored blogs are basically a brand pays you money. I've done it. So it was a brand about yoga. yoga supplements. It was something around that, and I did this back in 2021. So that time I was not even, actively working on my blog. So I got it inbound lead. Again, I did not reach out to any brand ever. So I got it because obviously by then my blog started ranking. So I was paid 8,000 rupees. So all you have to do is, because your website has that kind of audience, that kind of traffic, you just take the blog from them and you post it on your blog. This is one way of sponsored blog. Second way is reviewing the product and then writing the blog, where, just like you see Instagram influencers talking about products on their videos, on their reels, on their stories. We do the same thing but in writing. And it's still a very powerful strategy in the whole marketing, digital marketing of brands. Why? Because it adds to their SEO, backlinks, like we just talked about. That is why it is still a very powerful strategy for bloggers, and that is why it is still a very easy or lucrative way for bloggers to make money. Review blogs, where you get a product and you use it and you write your genuine reviews. So, A, you get the product, and B, you get paid for it. But all of that thing is in writing. Okay, brand collaborations, like I did. So yahan pe you don't get paid for the collaboration. It's a collaboration, so it's a barter collaboration. For example, this thing that I just talked about, okay, it's a it's a phone stand. There have been other products that I've received from brand collaborations. For example, my laptop stand, that I have my laptop on right now. And then I've collaborated with a few beauty brands. I have received their products, and I've talked about those products in my blogs. So I get the products, they get the link in return. That is brand collaboration. And initially, as you know, as your blog starts to grow, you might not always get paid like in money, but you might get the products. Okay, so I don't say no to it for barter brand collaborations. Like, I have said no to a lot of brands because they don't align with what my blog is about. However, I've said yes to only 4 brands because they very well align with what I talk about on my blog. So, in the future, when you have a blog, don't just go for brand collaborations or sponsored blogs or review blogs just because you'll get money or product. Make sure that the topics, those brands cover, they should be relevant to your blog. That's very important. For example, I have received proposals of being an affiliate marketer for many softwares, but I don't do that. Why? Because those softwares are nowhere relevant to what I talk about on my blog. So why would I do it? I've rejected a lot of them. So these are some ethics and principles that you should have in place for yourself as you get into the world of business blogging. Next, and the last one is selling your own products, physical or digital. So again, this depends on you. For example, I have seen bloggers who started from scratch. They've grown their website. Now they sell their physical planners, or they sell digital templates, or things like that, right? These are the things that happen at a later stage. So that is why I've been saying that initially you should focus on one thing, which is Google AdSense. Now, see, we'll talk about AdSense. As a beginner, you have to focus on advertisements. So, again, Google AdSense setup, it's an application process. So, this is how you go. You go to your account, you enter your website, you enter all your information, and you submit it. And once uh, you have to wait for 2 to 3 weeks for Google AdSense email, where they tell you that whether whether you are accepted or rejected. These are the basic AdSense requirements. If you guys want, when you receive this the uh, what do we call presentation, you can just copy paste this link and you can read and go through the Google AdSense policies. Okay, I've added the link for all of you. So see, these are the details. You should be 18 above. So let's say if you any of you is not 18 but you still want to start a blog, you can use the details of your parents. In that case, you should have an active Gmail account, definitely have a blog or a website, and high quality plagiarism free content. I have seen bloggers get rejected by AdSense because they use heavily AI written content. AdSense will not approve it. That is why we do not focus on AI written content. And there's no such thing as you get approved and you will never get removed from AdSense. If after approval as well you go against any of the policies, if you go against any of Google's uh, policies and any of Google's guidelines, you will be removed from the program. That also can happen. So just be true to yourself, just be authentic with yourself. That is all I have done through my blogging process. And touch wood, there has never been a problem. So again, your website or blog should not go against Google AdSense policies, which you can read here. So see, here are the requirements to get approved for AdSense. Fast hosting for website speed, I use Hostinger. Okay. Custom domain name, like we said, like we learned yesterday, preferably. So everything that we have talked about till today, all of these are requirements to have your website get approved for Google AdSense. Okay. See, domain age should be 6 months or older. Do not apply for AdSense just within the first or second month of your blog. They will not consider it. At least apply for 6 to 7 months. Like after 6 and 7 months, your domain, your blog should be 6 to 7 months old when you apply for Google AdSense. Also, it should have genuine, original, real content. Okay. Compulsory pages: home, about, contact, term and conditions, and policy pages. So these are the job of a web developer. I got them done. Like, I had all of these things when we were going for a website, like when my website was in making. Next, a blogging niche: creating unique and authentic content, spending time on keyword research. Don't use AI to post your blogs directly. For example, most of the AI tools that that have come up, they have this feature that, oh, you can integrate your WordPress website, or you can integrate your Squarespace website with a dashboard and you can directly post from there. Don't do it. It goes against AdSense policies. Don't use other ad networks before AdSense approval. This shit. Mahi, darwaza khol. Darwaza khol. Okay, hi everyone. I'm so sorry. There has been a power cut here. So I will just turn off my camera and we will continue. Okay, so yeah, where I was talking about the AdSense policies. Yes, let me open it again. Okay, so can you guys see my dashboard now? Okay, guys, am I audible now? All right, guys, am I audible now? I'm so sorry, there was a power cut. Okay, just give me a few minutes, everyone. The Power is back. Let me just connect back. Okay. माही वाईफाई देखियो यार. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm so sorry. There was a power cut. I don't know why it happened, but yeah, we're back. Okay, so am I audible to everyone? Can you guys please confirm?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get back to what we were talking. It's just one of the last few topics that we have to cover. Okay, so yes, we were talking about AdSense. So see, we were talking about not using AI directly to post your blog. So, like I said, there are a few AI tools out there. What they tell you is, oh, you can integrate your website with our AI tool, and then you can, generate content, edit it if you want, and then post it directly from our tool. Don't do that. Okay, like Google AdSense policies literally despise it. And then, yes, we were talking about connect your blog with Google Search Console. Very, very important. Like I said, next, don't use other networks before AdSense approval. Okay, so here's my story. You know how, as bloggers, like I believe everyone goes through this thing, that as bloggers, sometimes you become very curious and very impatient to earn money. I have been there, trust me. So, there are a lot of ad networks out there that say, oh, you can earn money from us even if you are a small blogger means even if you are getting say 1,000 page views per month, you can earn money from us. I fell for that in my journey. Because I fell for that, I got my blog integrated with an ad network, and it was an ad network based in Canada. It was called Propeller Ads, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so what happened is my blog was integrated with it. And the ads started showing up. Now, I did not know that when I applied for Google AdSense, this was going against their policies. Number one. Second, I did not know that those ads were very inappropriate. When I say inappropriate, they were about illegal stuff like adult content or gaming or like casino things. These were the ads that my websites was getting, and I had no idea because I was so naive. I was so new to this thing, and it went on for a month probably. And I reached out to their customer support. I told them this is what's happening. When I got to know about it, I told them this is what is happening and I wanted to be removed and this and that. But there was no support from their side, so I discontinued the services then and there. But my mistake was I applied for AdSense during the whole thing happened. That is why my blog got rejected the first time. So I went back. I posted in the Google AdSense help community. I posted my question there and I asked them why it has been rejected and this and that. So I got two answers. Number one was the obscene ads that were that were displaying on my website. I got them removed immediately. Second was, somehow or the other, I ended up giving health or medical advice on my blog. Again, I was naive, I was creating content, I did not know all of these things. That is why I have been kept saying from the beginning that do not give any health or medical advice on your blog without any professional certification. AdSense will not approve it because I've been there. That is why I'm saving you guys from my mistakes. Okay, so yeah, don't do it. And and then yeah, again we applied it again. So this was a thing that this happened in March 2022. Then we applied again in November 2022. My website got accepted and everything went well, and since then, well, I've been growing my blog since then. So next, get your website and SSL certificate. So this is something that you get for free when you choose a hostinger plan. Otherwise, probably have to get it in some other way. But again, my web developer took care of all these technical aspects, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay. Next, see, let me tell you how Google AdSense works. So remember yesterday we were talking about keyword research, and wahan pe I told you the difference in CPC and how it affects your earning. So that is the same thing that we are going to just get a glance on today. So see, this is how it works. This is a blog. Okay, it's a popular recipe blog, and this is by an Indian blogger. I've taken an Indian blogger because I want to show you that it's still very much possible for India, even though we get the CPC at a lower rate. See, this thing you see, MailChimp, it's a Google ad. Okay, and this blog is able to display this ad because they are integrated or they have been accepted into Google AdSense. Okay, so cost per click is basically if you go to this blog and by mistake itself, if you just click on it, okay, you get paid for that. Why? Because you are indirectly giving traffic to someone else's blog. This is why paid marketing is such a huge niche in the digital marketing. This is why there are so many paid marketing experts who expertise in creating Google ads. Okay, the structure, the banners, there is a whole new field out there to create Google ads and to write content for Google ads, copywriting as we speak. Okay, so this is how you get paid for it. And next, Google AdSense, again, how do you find the CPC? So I've already shared this yesterday, but if you want me to go through that again, let me know. I'll do that. Otherwise, when you guys will get the recording, so you will see that when I taught you about the keyword research yesterday, I covered CPC then and there itself. Okay, CPC, it's in the right corner with the dollars written there or the rupees written there. I showed you the difference. Uh, no, Priya, no, no. See, this is affiliate marketing. That when someone purchases, only then you earn. That is affiliate marketing. That you have, let's say your blog has link to a particular product, okay, and that product you have an affiliate link for that product. So you add that link for your web to your website. You get the affiliate link from the brands itself. Okay, you have the affiliate link. So when your anybody from your website clicks on that affiliate link and they go and buy the product, then you get a very short commission from it. That is affiliate marketing. For AdSense, you don't need to sell the product actively. That is why ad agencies are out there making so many money and so much money, and that is why Google AdSense is a whole program in itself. Okay, you get paid for cost per click. Okay, who decides the cost per click? It is dependent on the market volatility. That is, what is the demand of the product in the market, how many people are searching for it, how many people are actually buying for it. All of these things account for it, but you really don't have to care about it. All you have to focus on creating authentic content and get your website approved by AdSense. Rest, everything else, Google does for you. Because once you get approved into AdSense, you get your AdSense dashboard, and there you get all the technicalities and all the simple stuff. It's nothing very complicated. Trust me, I've been using the dashboard for the past like, yeah, 1 year now. Yes, we got approved in November 2022. It's been 1 year and 2 months. So it's very simple, anybody can use it. Okay, all you have to take care of is, as a blogger, to create content that drives traffic. Simple. Okay, so here I have written it, like I have added it for you. So see, here is the CPC, guys. So see, digital marketing is a very high keyword. You can see it has 60,500 keyword search volume, and the CPC, this is in the US, okay, and the CPC here is $26, like $26.97. Okay, this is the CPC, so it's very high. So if let's say you're creating a blog in the niche where you talk about digital marketing, your AdSense, AdSense does all of its work itself. So it works in such a way that it will only showcase ads of the products that are relevant to your readers, so that you get the CPC, so that you get clicks from your on the ads. Okay, and we are done. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, shoot. Yes, Apurva. Apurva? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. So, out of curiosity, I like you also have a YouTube channel, right? So,
Yes.
does like it might not be related to blogging, but it just came
Hmm.
up.
Hmm.
So, like we do link, like we do the same thing, like the AdSense thing for YouTube as well, right? Does
Yes. Yes.
does it work the same way? Like you have to get approved, like it has like a certain
Yes.
guidelines and everything. Is
Yes.
it like that?
Yes. Yes. For
Okay.
example, my YouTube channel is not monetized as of now. Okay. I don't earn anything from YouTube as of now. YouTube criteria says that you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. Okay, and you have to have at least 3,000 watch hours. Watch hours as in all the content that is there on your YouTube channel, long video, short video, all of that combined should have at least 3,000 watch hours for your YouTube channel. Only then you get, only then you can apply for AdSense and get approved and then continue earning.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Monira, you can type your question in the comment section, no problem. And till then, if anybody has other questions, you guys can ask. Yes, Poonam, please go ahead. Poonam, I cannot hear you. Are you speaking? Problem with my mic. Guys, then you can type the question. Yes. Other than that, anybody else? Do you guys have any questions? Yes, yes, Ashi, please go ahead.
Yeah, so ma'am, so like during this 2 day workshop, like I want to summarize what I understood, like really briefly. So
Hmm.
before doing anything, like before like starting on our blogging journey or website, so first we need to get our website sorted. Like we need to make our website and get the all technical stuff done,
Yes,
and like we need to have our landing page and everything done. Then
yes,
like ma'am, for starting, like for when we start to post, like you said, like a blog a week is fine enough for a
yes,
beginner. So I really liked the way you conveyed about content bank. Like it is like I really appreciate that, because like not many people tell you like to have a proper content bank ready. So just wanted to get this cleared.
okay. Okay, I am actually happy that you guys loved it. After we are done with the Q&A, I would really like all of you, one by one, please turn on your mic and then just in one or two sentence, just quickly, share your experience of this whole 2 days things, because I'd like to record it on my phone. Okay, and I would request all of you to do that one by one. Okay, now let's go to the questions. How to research, like, what you're writing about. As a writer who wants personal touch, it's impossible to know about everything you want to write about. For example, you talked about that 20 books on communication or 50 books on this and that, so it's unlikely that one would have read them all. Not really. Not really. It's not unlikely. You can see I have a little, I have this, and then I have my Kindle here. So what I try to do is that whenever, even when I have writers in my team writing for me, for example, the blog that you just saw, I guess Priya wrote it, right? Priya, did you write that blog? I don't know if she's here, but okay, she did not write it. But yeah, even though when I have writers writing for me, I don't I don't let any single blog, like I said, go to my blog without me editing it. So this is very important. Why? I'll tell you. Uh, for example, one of my writers also wrote on fiction books. Like, fiction books they should be reading. The good part is she has read all of them. So just because you are telling people that these are the 15 things you should do and these are the 20 things that you should do, that does not mean that you have not done it. No, that does not mean that way. And as far as research is concerned, I have given you 17 different ways in which you can research. I have literally given you 17 different channels on which through which you can research for your content. And as far as your personal touch is concerned, your personal touch will only come from two things. Number one, your observations, everything that you see around yourself, and number two, your experience. There's no other way to add personal touch to anything. Whether you are creating written content or video content or audio content, podcast that you see, video, YouTube videos that you see, people are talking about their experience, and that is how they're getting it out. So as a blogger, when you are writing, there has to be two aspects of it. Number one, you should have some kind of data or expertise backing your content if you're talking about it. If there is any study or any exercise or something like that, experiment that has been done. If not, just talk about it with your personal experience. However, make sure that you follow the SEO. That's it. Now, the next question: what image format to use for blog? PNG, JPG, or any other? See, guys, I use JPG format for my blogs. I'll tell you why. Because the plan that I have chosen, remember when we talked about the free and the paid version of WordPress, and in that it said that you get memory, the storage based on your plans. So, according to my plan, not I don't like the yearly plan that I use for my blog. I don't want to waste my memory on just images. So PNG is a higher resolution image, and it really takes up a lot more storage as compared to JPG. So I stick to JPG for my blog images. Depending upon your storage, you can, it can vary for you as well. In Pinterest, there is also keyword research. So should we write blogs based on Pinterest? No. See, the blog content has nothing to do with Pinterest SEO. Pinterest SEO is only Pinterest SEO ends at what you are posting on Pinterest. This means the image name, like we show, like I just showed you, the title, the description. These are the only three things that are considered for Pinterest SEO. Your blog content does not impact your Pinterest keyword research. It should only be relevant to your Google's SEO keyword research. Why? Because the blog content is directly responsible for bringing traffic to Google, and the Pinterest image that you post is directly responsible for people to click on that image, and then the traffic goes to Google. Sorry, your blog. Do you get it? That you click on the image and then the traffic goes to Google, to your, sorry, blog. Why am I saying Google again and again? you you click on your Pinterest image, and then the traffic goes to your website. So your Pinterest SEO ends here onto the image. It doesn't impact the content that you're putting in the blog. Can we focus our blog on 2 3 regions, because I'd like to include a mix of content relevant to South Asia, Pakistani market, I'm from Pakistan, and internationally also. What's the best way to go about it? See, Munira, definitely you can do it. Again, like I said, if you want to focus completely, or let's say if you want to completely focus on your region, do the keyword research based on your region, as simple as that. I have seen regional bloggers making a lot more money as compared to global bloggers. Why? Because when you focus on regional content, you lesser your competition. Imagine I am fighting for traffic from the entire US, and then there are people who are just focusing on the Indian traffic, right? So as you can see the difference, right? The target audience is completely different. I have a vision, I want to go big with my blog. That is why I'm doing it. But if you want more of your Pakistani audience or your regional audience to attract that kind of traffic, then yes, you can definitely do it. And the only way to do it is go for keyword research based on your country. That's the way to do it. Okay. Next question, guys. Yes, Apurva.
Okay, so ma'am, you talked about your workshop, WordPress plan. Like
Hmm.
you said, like there is like amount of storage you get
Ha, ha,
for
ha.
pictures and all. While like I have also worked like for a client, I have worked on their WordPress. So
Hmm.
is it possible to, like when we add picture to the picture bank, if we remove it, like this we get the space, right? Or is it not like that? Like once we add the
No.
picture.
See, what happens is if you remove the picture from the content bank, it gets removed from the blog.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes. So वहाँ पे if that image is in there, if suppose you added a blog, added an image to a blog, and if you remove it, let's say even months later or years later, then it would create an empty space in that area of your
Oh,
blog. It would say not loading or something like that. So you cannot actually remove it.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yes. Okay, guys, any more questions? If not, then I would like you guys to, open your cameras. Yeah, before you go, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and you follow me on my socials. These are my social media platforms. And yeah, that's it. On my Instagram, if you have not connected with me on LinkedIn, then do that. And if you want to follow me on Pinterest just to see what I'm doing on my Pinterest account, you can follow me there as well. And yeah, now one by one, can you guys, okay, there are just 4 of you. Where are the other people? I don't know. I guess there's some technical glitch happening at their end. Okay, first of all, let me just, close the workshop first. So I'm just ending the recording right here. All right. I hope you had a great experience.
Yes.